What's up guys, and welcome to the video. So following on from the UK meta report this week and the tournament deck lists from the 24-man locals that happened this week, I have the deck profile for the winning deck, and finally we have a Ginyu Veggie deck. I guess it's inevitable really, so let's get right into it. So before we get into the specifics, just going to run through the actual build itself. We have 4 Unbreakable Gokus, 4 Trunks, 4 Cabba, 4 Khalifa, 3 Energy Power Gotenks, 4 Terra Scythe, 4 Kale, and then we have 4 Planet Vegeta, 4 Shigesh, 2 Frieza, 4 Explosive Goku, 4 Trunks Power Overseeing Time, 1 Marseille the Mysterious Warrior, and 4 Bloodlust. So he chose Ginyu because he felt that the best cards available to us in the game right now are Shigesh and Cold Bloodlust, and Ginyu being the only yellow Frieza's Army card that has the ability to self-awaken meant that he kind of felt obligated to choose Ginyu. And the similar reasoning was behind the reason why he went for veggies instead of something like apes. So in order to make the most out of Shigesh, he felt that veggies just fit better with it. With veggies you have the option to play aggro or mid-range based on what your opponent is playing, and although apes have a better late game, the format is so fast at the moment that you don't really go too many games past turn 6. In terms of the other card choices, some of them were forced by the locals because TP3 was not allowed in this particular tournament. So he had 4 Evo Brolys in there before, and they were replaced by the 3 Gotenks and a 4th Power Overseeing Time Trunks. There is a single Marseille in there, which is there because he really liked it in the mirror match, and he would play more of it if there were a lot of veggies, but he said looking around the room there weren't that many on the day, so he just kept the single Marseille in there. If he did change it to 2, he would drop a Trunks because he doesn't want to be stuck with too many black cards, especially since they all cost energy to play. He chose the main 4 Explosive Gokus because tapping out happens a lot with this deck, and the best way to protect yourself is to have Shigesh and Explosive. So if he is tapped out but not winning, he always makes sure that he has that 2-card combo in hand. Therefore he played 4 so that he maximized his chance of actually drawing the Explosive. And the 2 Friezas are in there basically just for yellow count, and they help for energy, and also they help when the Nimbuses get sided in. Everything else is a 4 of, and basically they're 4 ofs because you want to see them for consistency. In terms of matchups, there weren't many difficult matchups. For apes, you just need to outpace them and kill them before they can march with King Vegeta backup. He did play against the Buhan deck, which he felt was very strong, but his opponent drew badly and he couldn't double attack, double strike 30k with barrier, so I guess a bit of luck there, and that helps him get through that matchup. Pan was probably the most problematic matchup because they can snowball out of control, and unlike most other non-self-awakening leaders, you can't just let them starve because they're always drawing. I guess you just have to keep the pressure up and make sure that they're dropping cards to defend, and just to make sure that they don't have their win cons in hand so you can't be overwhelmed. So moving on to the side deck, there are 3 Crusher Balls, 4 Nimbus, 4 Haru Haru, and 4 Toa. The Crusher Balls and the Nimbus were there for the aggro decks, and Haru Haru obviously is just so great against yellow and green leaders. And the Toas were in there for the mirror match, so you can overwhelm for the Toa and steal their Cabba so you're all set up and they're not. And he felt that his main deck was good enough for everything else, so he didn't side for anything else apart from those specific things. In terms of potential changes he would make to the deck, as we said earlier, if TP3 was legal, he would have 4 Evo Brodies in there in place of the 3 Gotenks and the 4th Trunks. But actually Gotenks did do quite well for him on the day. When he got his opponent to 3 life, you would play the Gotenks and attack the leader. Your opponent would drop at least 2 cards to defend it because they wouldn't want to go from 3 to 2, and Gotenks makes them drop a card anyway. Another change he would consider would be to either main or side Battering Laser, because he was slightly blindsided by the amount of people maining Mafuba and Nimbus in their decks. I would suspect that Mafubas and main deck Nimbuses will become more common, especially when Tournament of Power and Colossal Warfare become available for use. So that concludes the deck profile. If you have any other questions, then please drop them in the comments below, and I'll get in touch with Nathan and give you the answers through the comments. So I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. If you did, please leave a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe for more content. I will see you guys next time.